Check out this movie Yokai Monsters: Spook Warfare. It's completely off the wall. The only way I can think to describe it is that it's like watching a Japanese version of a Sid and Marty Krofft show, except even more bizarre. It was made by Daiei, the same studio that made the Gamera movies. They sure put out a lot of strange stuff, didn't they? Spook Warfare was first in a series of 3 movies. The other 2 were called 100 Monsters and Along with Ghosts. From everything I've read, these were all supposedly intended to be children's movies. Well, that's a load of crap because there's some cursing and gore. And even without that, just the nature of the film is so unsettling, I couldn't imagine showing this to kids. It would give them nightmares. Actually, this movie's so strange it would give anyone nightmares. So, what does the word yokai mean? Well, in Japanese folklore, yokai are usually spirits that are attached to everyday objects. Like if you have a statue in your front yard of a gnome or something, perhaps it comes to life late at night when you're asleep. That kind of thing. So here's the basic gist. There's an evil demon from Babylonia named Daimon. It goes to Japan and starts creating trouble, killing whoever he comes in contact with by sucking their blood and taking their likeness. Kinda like The Thing. Japan's yokai monsters serve as sort of protectors to the land. They group together and try to save everybody from the new Babylonian threat. Let's take a look at the cast of characters. First, there's the bad guy. He's an ancient Babylonian monster that's come to Japan to tear shit up. He looks ridiculous. He's like a huge demon lizard with feathers and a skull belt. This guy would have made a great 80s cartoon villain. He has a staff with a dragon head that breathes fire, and he can turn himself into a thunderstorm. He also has the ability to clone himself, so even if you kill him, he'll still be alive because there's always another version of himself waiting in the wings. To top it off, he's also got the characteristics of a vampire because he goes around biting people on the neck. I thought vampires from this part of the world always hopped around like bunny rabbits. I always loved the hopping vampire enemies in Super Mario Land. Oh, but that's right, he's from Babylonia. Honestly, I'm not sure how to categorize this guy. I guess he'd be in the Babylonian self-cloning fire-breathing thunderstorm vampire wizard category. Next, there's the Magistrate. He's the leader of the town who attempts to defend his home when the evil demon first appears. The demon enters the town as a thunderstorm, and the Magistrate tries to fight the storm with his sword. What kind of dumb shit tries to fight rain with a sword? Soon after, the demon inhabits the Magistrate's body and forces him to commit all sorts of horrible acts, like killing the family dog, destroying a religious shrine, and being mean to his own daughter. Oh, again, keep in mind, this is supposed to be a kid's movie. Then there's a moment where the demon in the Magistrate's body tries on one of his old samurai helmets, but he puts it on backwards. It's like they just remembered they were supposed to be making something lighthearted for kids, so they threw in something silly just for a little joke. Since the human leader is already out of commission, Japan's yokai monsters take it upon themselves to enter the scene and try to save the day. The first monster is the Water Imp. He has the ability to teleport around like Raiden from Mortal Kombat. He also has the ability to see through the demon's false appearance and can see him for what he really is. So he sneaks up behind Daimon and squirts water at him, which backfires in his own face. Again, I guess this is more slapstick comedy for the kids. Notice all the child-friendly language going on. Filthy bastard, kick his ass, and so on. It's really a strange mixture with this movie, because on one hand I can see the aspects that would appeal to kids, like the goofy characters and the slapstick humor, but on the other hand you've got violent scenes with death and gore, and lots of trash talk. Imagine if you were watching Beauty and the Beast and one of the teacups gouged out Belle's eyeballs and told her to go to hell. That's what this movie's like. Then you've got this yokai monster. It's some woman with a long neck like a snake. I think this is the creepiest part in the whole movie. If that's not enough, there's another creepy lady with 2 faces, though not like the Batman villain Two-Face where the face is split down the middle. This one, it's more like the face is on the back of the head. Weird. Now there's an original Halloween costume idea. Later, 2 more yokai monsters are introduced. I won't even try to pronounce their names. One looks sort of like a bear, and the other one looks like a green warrior with a face kind of like Predator if its mouth was shut. The bear inflates his stomach like a beach ball, turning it into a TV screen. So next time you go to get a new TV, instead of a Sony or Panasonic, ask for a Yokai Bear Master Belly brand. Also, I can't help but think of another weird bear character. Remember the scene in The Shining with the bear on the bed? I got an unlikely versus battle for you. The Yokai Bear Master versus the Overlook Hotel Bear. Then finally, there's the Umbrella Monster. This character is different than the other yokai because it's not a guy in a rubber suit or costume. This is a marionette shaped like an umbrella wearing sandals. It's one of the monsters based on the idea of objects coming to life, although no umbrella I ever owned had a long tongue hanging out like this one. Like I mentioned earlier, the only thing in American culture I can compare this freaky group of Japanese monsters to is something Sid and Marty Krofft might have done. It's like the Japanese version of Lidsville, minus Charles Nelson Riley. Near the end of the movie, all the good yokai monsters try to unite every spirit in Japan into an army to overpower the demon. It's like a showcase of every freaky thing you could imagine. There's even one that looks sort of like Creature from the Black Lagoon. During the final confrontation, the demon splits himself into clones and then grows into a giant. How do the yokai finally overcome this powerful Babylonian menace? They just stab him in the eye. Wow, what a letdown. Even though the movie seems really bizarre, aren't a lot of old fairy tales strange, like an old lady putting Hansel and Gretel into an oven? I believe the lesson they were trying to tell is that by grouping together with friends, you can overcome any problem, though it's easy to miss that with all this weird shit going on. It was released on DVD with English subtitles. It'd be cool if they released the whole Yokai Monsters trilogy on Blu-ray with dubbing tracks as an option and a commentary to help shed light on what the hell might have been going through their minds when making these. What more can I say? If you want to watch something that's just really weird, then this is for you. 大山看万寶龍，滿咗大山看萬寶龍，滿咗大山看萬寶龍。